Today we're going to be doing a review of the Sapphire 930 by Husqvarna Viking. This is a really great machine. You can sew on it, quilt on it. So we're going to go over some of the features. So first of all, you lift up the lid, and it's got all your stitches listed here. And then it has a touch screen down here with some of your automatic, the stitches you really want, like this is your straight stitch. This is your zigzag. You would just hit this button here. It'll come up with a zigzag. And then you would use these buttons here to change the size or whatever you want your stitch to be. You want to go back to straight stitch, just hit your number 1. You're back to straight stitch. This down here is your fabric control. Right now we're on medium woven. If you were doing something heavy like denim or whatever, you would put it on medium heavy. And then just hit the button, back to what you were doing. So first of all, we're going to thread the machine. So we put our thread on the thread spool. We come up around this little hook right here. We come down around this, and then it kind of comes back around here, down through this slot, down through here, up to the take-up lever, around to there, down here, around this little lever right here, this little hook, and then it's got an automatic threader. You just would take you would bring down. It's already threaded, but we'll just bring it down here. Come around this, like this, and then you would just, your thread goes in this little thing here, the little wire catches it, and your thread comes through and you're threaded. And then to wind your bobbin, you can wind your bobbin 2 different ways. You can wind it from your spool, which you would then come up through here, down through here, around your tension lever, over to this little guide, onto your bobbin. Or, with this machine, you can also thread from the foot, wind your bobbin from the foot, which we're going to do today. So this has your bobbins up here. You put your bobbin on. You bring your thread up from your foot. These little guides right here are for your thread to slide on. So you bring your thread up from here. Come to this guide here. You go around your thread. Oops, it's left-handed. You take and push your bobbin over and step on your foot, and it will wind your bobbin. So that's all there is to that. And another little feature of this, it's kind of like a little safety factor, because if you're sewing along and you have children in the house and they come and they do push on pedals and stuff when you're not looking, if you just flip this lever over, if they hit that pedal, all that's going to happen is it's going to spin. Your needle's not going to go up and down. So it's kind of an extra safety thing too. But make sure that you have it back over when you want to sew, or it will not sew. Okay, so now we're going to do a straight stitch. So we're going to check. We have our stitch, his straight stitch. Our stitch length is 2.5. If you want to make it smaller, like a 2.0, then you would just hit the minus button. It'll go to 2.0. So we have no control on the back, which is kind of cool. So we want our needle down, and we would hit our needle down button, which is right here. Then we touch our foot pedal. Our foot goes down, and we can sew. And then what's cool about this, then let's say we're going to stop here. So it'll pivot for us, and we can just sew some more. So if you're sewing foot blocks, it's really nice. It'll pivot up. You can chain piece really easily. See how that foot comes up for you? Hands free. Okay, so then you're done sewing. So then you just hit your up button right here, and your up button again, and that brings your needle up. Make sure your take-up lever is up. Pull it out, and that's all there is to it. So since we have our B foot in there, we're going to go ahead and do a zigzag. So we come over here to number 4. There's our zigzag, and we want to have a little bit smaller. So we're going to hit this button here. That makes it a little bit narrower, and then we will make it a little bit taller. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. We're going to make it a little bit narrower here and a little taller here. There we go. And we just hit our foot. There's our zigzag. Hit our up foot twice, and we're done. So, and then, oh, I forgot to show you how we should put the bobbin in. That was really kind of silly. So we've got our bobbin wound. So we're going to put it in our machine. It goes in the machine like this. There's a little slot right there. You catch the thread on. You can kind of hear it click. You come up around through here, like this. Put your thing on, you're ready to sew. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to pick the thread up for you. What's nice about the machine too, it also, we can cut our thread with it. So we'll go back to our straight stitch. Now you notice when I went to straight stitch, it went back to the automatic default. So back to 2.5. And another thing cool about this, let's say we're doing something really heavy. So we hit our woven heavy here. It changes our stitch to 3.0 automatically. So it adjusts for the weight of the fabric you're trying to do. So we're going to go back to medium, because that's what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to just tap our foot. We're going to sew. Okay, and we're done. So we just hit our scissors. It cuts it, foot's up, needle's up, and there we are. So that's a couple features about this machine. You got a speed control here. You hit this button here. This takes your speed down. This takes your speed up. It's got a stop if you're sewing along. And we want to stop. We can hit the stop button, and it'll tie off for us. And then we can cut the thread. So let's see, we'll do another stitch here. Here's our reverse right here. The light comes on when it's in reverse. Hit it, the light's off. We're going forward again. If you're starting to sew and you want to tie off, you hit the fix button. And it will tie off before it starts to sew. Hit the stop button. And it ties off when it's done. It's got mirror image on it. Get a little piece of paper here. There we go. So let's say we want to do a blanket stitch. So we hit number 7 here. But our applique is on this side over here. And it's going to sew this way. So we would hit this mirror image, which is right here. And it changes it for us. So now we're sewing the other direction. And then I will hit the mirror image back and show you what. Our thread. So that's with the mirror image, and that's the way to sew if we hadn't hit the mirror image. So you can kind of control which direction you want your stitches to sew also. It's got a great buttonhole tip. I'm not going to do that today for you. But this is the button holder. It's an automatic button holder. It plugs into your machine. There's a little hole right here. Under here it plugs into. And then you just take, and it's got a little dial here that you make sure that the white and the white is together. Then when you plug it in, your screen will come up. You put it in the sides of your button, and it'll just automatically sew it for you. It comes with a zipper foot. It comes with, I think, 8 different feet. There's a 1/4-inch foot for quilting. It comes with a regular throat plate. You can also buy, though, another throat plate that's a single hole, so when you're doing small pieces, it will not accidentally suck it into your machine for you. So anyway, that's pretty much what I can think of to tell you. If you have any questions, just give us a call, and we'll be glad to give you some help or some answers. Thanks, and have a good day.